It's a big decision day for people who live in Macon and Bibb County because it's election day, and voters are choosing who will lead the new consolidated government starting next year. Today, we're talking to two of the architects of the consolidation plan. Later in the program, we'll talk to State Representative Nikki Randall, but we're starting today with Representative Alan Peak. Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Now, Representative Peak, knowing then what you didn't know, or knowing now what you didn't know then, are you still as in favor of consolidation?
Absolutely. We knew there were going to be bumps along the way. We maybe had a few more bumps in the election process this time around than what we would have expected. But what we wanted was a game changer for our community. We clearly were going backwards as far as population, property tax base. And so we felt like consolidation was crucial to kind of reuniting our community so we can move forward again.
Okay. Now, you mentioned bumps in the road. You've had those. We'll probably continue to have them. I guess how long until we kind of work out the kinks between Macon and Bibb County?
Well, we have had some anecdotal situations where folks have gotten wrong ballots. We're dealing with some of that even today. And so what I would encourage folks is they go out and vote. Make sure you check your ballot. Make sure it's the candidate that you were expecting you were going to be voting for. And if you do have any problems, you need to call the Board of Elections, or they can contact me through Facebook or Twitter. Or to my website, alanpeak.com, and I'll be more than glad to help and point folks in the right direction.
Is it realistic to think that we are going to be a 100% consolidated government by January 1?
I think so. I think the incidences of wrong ballots will be so small in the total picture that it won't make a difference in any of the elections. At least that's what I'm hoping. If it does, if the elections are close enough within a 5 or 10 15-point vote margin, then maybe we'll need to take a look at redoing those elections. But we'll just need to wait and see what the results come in tonight, and then make that decision.
Now, do you really feel like this is going to unite the community?
Well, I think so. I hope folks today will vote for those who were positive about consolidation, those who were positive about our community. We've kind of had an old guard that I believe has held us back. And so I believe there's an opportunity. Today, in all 9 commission races, there are folks who have never held elected office before running, and so there's an opportunity for a clean slate. But the key is getting folks out to vote. Folks have got to get out there. We've had light turnout in the early voting. I've been to a couple of polling places today, and there's been light turnout. Folks need to get out and vote. If you want to have a say-so in our community, you need to make your voice be heard.
Predictions for the mayor's race?
That's hard to pick. I think there are several good candidates.
Are you endorsing anyone?
Well, I think the current mayor has done an outstanding job. It's going to have to be someone who can work with our diverse community, and I think that's crucial, is having being able to work with all facets of our community. And Mayor Rickard has proven he can do that. So how about that?
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it. State Representative Nikki Randall joins us now to answer some questions regarding the topic of consolidation and its future moving forward after today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Now, you have kind of guided the Consolidation Task Force through this transition process. Are we set to be consolidated by January 1?
Well, there are certainly a few things that we still have to work on, but we are working hard, and we are trying to make this process as expeditious as possible. We certainly want to do. We're going to do our best to make sure that those major pieces of the puzzle are in place by the time the new government is sworn in.
What are some of those major pieces of the puzzle?
One thing that we thought was really important is to make sure that the employees are taken care of, and so we have just about finished the insurance, the health insurance, and all the benefit package, and we have put in place kind of the structure of how the departments will work, and some of that was covered in the actual charter itself. But we're working hard, and I just want to commend those members of the task force that are making the sacrifices to serve.
So can we expect those things to be done within the next 3 months?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The mission of the task force is to set up the infrastructure, those major pieces, and so that when the government is seated, all they'll have to do is basically ratify the pieces that we've put in place.
Okay. Now, we've kind of experienced some issues throughout this election season. Do you think that that's any indication of how this new government is going to be?
Absolutely not. The issues that we've had with the elections, that was, I'm not quite sure. I think it was an era. I don't know if it was with the Secretary of State's office or with our local Board of Elections, but there was an error in inserting the new maps into the system, and that's the problem. It has nothing to do with what the task force is doing. That's certainly an issue with either the Secretary of State or the local Board of Elections.
So do you think any of those issues will continue once this consolidation happens?
I don't have a clue. I'm hoping that those kinks will be worked out with elections, and as far as the task force itself and the government, running of the government, it has nothing to do one with the other.
Okay, now this is something I asked Representative Peak earlier at the top of our show. What's your prediction for the mayor's race? Are you endorsing anyone?
Oh, I can't predict it at all. There are a couple of dynamic candidates. I'm certainly grateful that the chairman of the county commission and the mayor felt it was necessary for them to want to continue to serve, so I certainly commend them. Both of them did a good job in their position, so I'm pretty excited about either one of them.
Okay, we've got a couple seconds left. Is there anything you want to tell our viewers that are watching this morning?
Well, I just hope that we'll all be prayerful as a community, making sure that we're making some big changes here in our community, and we all have to be positive. And we all have to be prayerful, and with change, there are going to be growing pains, and we're going to work those out. We're going to elect some leaders that are going to be patient and that are going to be responsive to their needs as we make this transition. We can do this together, and I think we'll all be better for it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Now, don't forget, polls are open across Bibb County until 7 o'clock tonight. Remember, you can get all of your election results on our sister station. That's My 41.2 on the news at 10, and on the news at 11. You can tune in at 41 NBC tonight. You can also get updates on our website. That's 41NBC.com. We'll be right back.